I want to welcome you to the video here where I'm going to go through my website a little bit so that way you can get a better idea what to expect and stuff in there. There's all kinds of good tools and stuff and information on the blog that's going to help you get started. Getting online, getting your head right, getting your mindset straightened up so that way you can accomplish getting your time back in life and also monetizing using the internet. There's a lot of different ways that you can monetize using the internet. Millions of different ways. So don't get too confused when you actually first start out online. That's the very first thing that you're going to have problems with, guaranteed. You're going to want to do this, and then you're going to want to do that, and then this and that, and there's a lot of different ways to go about doing it. Okay. And most of my websites based for beginners, newbies, that kind of stuff. So that way, people that are already out there, that are already making money, that are already happy with what it is that they're doing online, this website may not apply to you as much, just because this is tailored to beginners. And the reason why I like to teach beginners is because there's so much potential out there nowadays with the technology and the tools and stuff that you can get compared to 10 years ago. It's not even funny. So I want to show you my website so that way you get an idea kind of what we're talking about here. So let me bring it over here. And this is the actual home page. Okay. So there's me right there. This is a website that I went ahead and set up using HostGator website builder, and we're going to go through that here in a minute, so that way you have an idea as far as what it can do and that kind of thing. But it's very important when you first start this journey to make sure that you get your head focused in and straightened up. If you're unhappy with where you're at, what you need to do is you need to focus in on where you need to be. Okay, how to get there. It's going to take a lot of time, energy, and effort no matter which direction you go. But nonetheless, pursuing something online is somewhat of a best of both worlds type of thing. Okay, it allows you multiple different things beyond belief. Back in the 1900s, obviously you didn't have a whole lot of options to do much of anything. So anyways, I don't want to get off track here. I could probably talk for a million years. So anyways, here's the website. Okay, this was absolutely nothing when I first started, just zero. And the reason why I went with the mountain themes and stuff like that is because, in my opinion, the mountains and the serenity, they're complete serenity. It's all complete natural. There's nothing chaotic about it. It's all Mother Nature. It's peace. You're allowed to think. There's nothing. There's not car horns. There's not traffic. There's not jackhammers. There's not trucks going by. There's not all these other different things distracting you. Law enforcement officers, rules and laws, and just all the things that a modern society has created. And of course, a modern society has been modern for well over 100 years and everything. So, and even back in the 1500s, it was still pretty chaotic and stuff, even when you're living in the city. I'm not much big into living in the city, even though I do live in the city currently right now. But anyway, so I figure that if I put mountains on my website, that will allow you to understand me a little bit better, and also so that way it presents a atmosphere that's absolutely out of this world. Okay, so anyways, this here was created all by me and everything. This icon, or this display here, was done by me. This is my actually logo. Okay, that was created by me. And if you look up here, see where it says "Quit slaving away for nothing. Let me teach you something better." This is you can change the this is called a favicon. This one here is the title to the page, which you can change in HostGator in Website Builder. That's why it's so easy to use. Anybody can actually use it. It's wonderful. So, you know, Masteringdotcom was to created one specific reason to help an everyday average person learn, grow, and master making money online. And that says it all, pretty much. My goal is to show you different things, different tools, and stuff like that, to allow you to go from anywhere where you're at in life. It doesn't matter where you're at, okay? Wherever you currently are to where you want to be. You know, a long time ago, let's just give it, say, 30 years. Yeah, 30 years, that's a decent amount of time and stuff like that. Or even 20 years. Your options were a lot slimmer. I got a fireball in my mouth, sorry here. So the options were a lot slimmer a while back, is what I'm saying. So you didn't have the same kind of opportunities like you do now with, you know, I mean, the tools online, and the technology and the way it's growing. And part of the problem is there's a huge gap between the technology and staying current with technology and not staying current with technology. And it used to be pretty hand in hand, where technology and mechanical machines in society were fairly close together as the ladder went up. Now technology has separated itself quite far from some of that kind of stuff. So you either have to buy into all the technology and be with all the technology, or you're pretty much down here. You know, you don't really have the middle ground. For instance, GPS satellite systems, right, that they use for grading and excavation on job sites, for one. Okay. For two, things such as you know, AutoCAD and the very expensive programs. And then, of course, you have all the other different technological advances that you don't have to have. Like, you don't have to have a refrigerator that has, you know, Wi-Fi built in it and that kind of stuff. But anyways, there is a huge difference between the two, as far as staying up with the current stuff, because it's the, you know, like, whatever's more current's probably going to be a little bit better and faster, has more technology with it, so it's probably going to help you along the way, so to speak. So anyways, back to the website thing here. So, you know, I basically, you know, love the mountains, and I think that everyone should experience being up in the mountains, so that way you can clear your head, think straight, and come up with ideas that are just absolutely wonderful. Now, I don't have any ads on this website as of yet. I don't know if I ever will, but I don't plan on putting ads on here because, you know, I don't like a cluttered, junky website with ads all over the place that really have nothing to do with, you know, anything that you have of interest. I don't like when people are trying to oversell me stuff by bombarding me with tons of stuff, okay? And here are some of my blog posts and stuff like that down here. Of course, the disclaimer, you have to have a disclaimer when you make a website and you put your like affiliate links and stuff like that, or you're affiliated with other companies. You have to have a disclosure notice. With this disclosure notice, what it does is it basically clears you, saying that, you know, there's no guarantees that you're going to earn anything. There's no guarantees for anything, really. So you're basically on your own. So I'm not claiming anything. It says, well, I'll read it to you. This website contains affiliate links, which IWE get paid commissions for. Any link you might click on could result in IWE getting payment from a source of which the link originates. FTC guidelines, of course, there's going to be that still. Some red tape. Require anybody participating in an online marketing activity disclose the behind-the-scenes links and affiliates. Now that you have read the red tape, don't forget to click some of the links. So basically, that's another good thing about building a website that you really need to take into consideration, okay, is when you build a website, there's not a whole lot of red tape. You can't steal other people's work and materials and stuff down to the T, where you're copying their, you know, images. You can see all these images here I created from a place called Canva, and some other different stuff. I'll probably go into a different video on the different things that I've used to create this website. But anyways, these are just created, real quick, so that way it represents my brand. It also represents myself and gives you something cool to look at, when you're actually reading the blog. So that's the reason why I have these here. But anyways, there's not a whole lot of red tape when it comes to online stuff, as long as you're not, doing something as far as copyright infringement or you're stealing other people's stuff, okay? And one of the things, I'm going to actually go to the blog up here first here. Well, actually, let's go to About here. That way it gives you kind of an idea, who I am and that kind of thing. So basically, long story short, I actually worked in the computer field for 14 years. Started off back in '97 and went to college, Regis University in Denver, and then got certifications, Microsoft Certified Systems Engineer, and several other different ones, A+, Network Plus, CCNE, all kinds of other different certifications throughout the years and stuff to stay current with my work. But what I ended up finding is that, there were some individuals out there that were the information technology officer of the company or whatever, but those positions don't open up very often. Most people that are systems administrators or network engineers and that kind of stuff, they make, maybe 80, 90,000 a year. Maybe some of them maybe 100, 125 a year, depending on where you're at and what you're doing. But if you really take that into consideration, if you have a family or a halfway decent house or whatever, it's not a whole lot of money. And the problem was I still was not making, I wasn't happy with where I was, because every time I went to one company, I did everything throughout the years and stuff like that, and I just wasn't happy, doing that kind of work and not getting paid the kind of money that I deserve, right? I mean, that's pretty typical of most people. Basically what I ended up doing is I went ahead and quit that type of line of work and went into excavation, bought some tractors, and started doing that kind of thing. I'm more of a power user. I'm not really a designer or engineer, because I don't want to get involved in too much technical stuff. I want to use the internet as a tool, and you should too. That's the key. And that is how success works, okay? Is you use stuff as tools, and you don't necessarily have to be so technical and drill down to figure everything out down to a T, because then you're going to be more on the technical side, and what you want to be is more on the tool side. How can this benefit me to get me where I want to go? So anyways, the excavation thing, yeah, you make great money and stuff, but I want to be able to change my life in another direction by helping other people be successful online and better themselves and better their life, because the world, the way it is nowadays, the way I see it, is so chaotic and out of shape. It's absolutely amazing, the things that you see out there in the world. And I think it's just because the system has failed to allow us. Everybody works, people that work, okay, work really hard. And one of the things, okay, I had to step away for a second there. Anyways, I'm back. So, anyways, the way, you guys probably work around the clock. And so what we have is, the society, especially in the United States and stuff, where we're just, the people are working really hard, but they're not getting what they want. They're not getting the time that they want. If we had a different schedule as far as time, if you only had to work, say, in the morning for 3 hours, right? And you can pick days where you can rotate. Like, well, Tuesday, I'm going to work 3 hours in the morning. On Friday, I'm going to work in the evening. Well, whatever. Where you weren't stuck to this exact time. You got to be here at 8 o'clock and you have to leave here at 6 o'clock every day. You know, because we have a life, you know, we all have a life out there. And we all want to do more things. We want to enjoy life too. I mean, we're not here to just work and then croak, right? I mean, that's just ridiculous. So, anyways, that's the reason why I'm here and I put this website out, is to help people that are wanting to better themselves, to move ahead, to move forward, and to get out of the situations, to take control over their life. It's really important that you actually look into it and start focusing in on building your mindset and allowing yourself to learn and grow in a nature. Because if you have a business set up, which there's a lot of people out there on the internet right now making a killing, you know, just a killing, and you can do the same thing, okay? And so what I want you guys to be thinking of is, are you happy where you're at right now? You know, are you happy sitting in traffic? Are you happy having to punch that clock? You probably don't. I didn't like any of my bosses. They were, every time they started saying something, I just, you know what I'm saying? It just, anyway, it is a bit over my liking, so to speak. And no matter how many suggestions you try to make or anything like that, they don't listen, you know, and then it's your fault, and then there's finger pointing and politics, and so it makes it really difficult to have to go through all that process and stuff like that, and have a life and everything else. So if that whole system changed, maybe it might be different, but unfortunately it is what it is right now. And you know, you need to just take ownership and control over your life with what we have, right? That's all we can do, right? We can't change the whole world, unfortunately. We don't have another world to change, you know. This world is set the way it is, and I don't know if we'd ever be able to change it, you know, because it's, once you get something set in motion, sometimes you can't change it. It's just the way it is. So anyway, this here is set up by me, and everything on here is done by me and stuff like that, okay? So let's head over to the blog next. So I've got different posts on here for different things. This one's Your Freedom is at Hand. The Reason You Won't Be Successful Online. That's a good one to read. This one here's a really good read. Red Tape. Let's take a look at it. Okay. Now this red tape is, let me put it this way. When, say you wanted to start a regular business, I don't know, you wanted to get a, say, food truck or something, right? Okay, let's just stick with that because there's a million different things. The food truck, okay, you want to have a food truck. Sounds simple, right? Go find yourself, like, you know, maybe a halfway decent shape, you know, food truck, you know, Chevy, you know, cabin chassis or whatever, or GMC or Ford or whatever, or any other company for that matter. And so you go out and you find one, say maybe a 2007 model or something, you know, not too old, not too new, in good shape, and you pay, I don't know, probably like 40 grand or something for it, right? That's, you know, in pretty good shape where you can probably start going out making money. So you find that, you take out a loan, so you're already starting in debt right there. Now maybe you put 10 grand down or 15 grand down on it, right? Say you have $20,000 and then you wanted to save a little bit of money for operation costs and stuff like that. Or you can take out a business loan. You have to build a business plan, go to a bank or investor, take out the money in a different means. So if you did it that way, you're just getting started. Then you have to meet all these compliances and rules and laws where it makes it really tough. You can scrape by and probably you'll make money, right? But you'll be spending a lot of money, and there's going to be a lot of headaches along the way because of the regulations and the laws and the rules. Well, you can't do this and you can't do that, and you have to do it this way and you have to do it that way. And before you know it, you might as well just stay at your job. There ain't no sense in leaving because it's just a big headache. And so that's what this article here kind of, or this blog post goes through and stuff. Because starting an online business through a website is the best way, unless you're an inventor, but that's a whole nother story. I don't know if you've ever seen Shark Tank and how these guys get on the, Shark Tank, the show, and they convince the investors to invest money. Well, the investors are going to take 50 to 80% of whatever it is usually. Sometimes they'll do 20%, but not very often, of your business, and then they'll invest a bunch of money and help you grow it. And that doesn't happen all the time. I mean, they only take maybe 20% of the people on the show. And so if you do invent something, you still have to have large amounts of capital to grow it. You have to expand. You have to hire more people. You have to have more insurance. You have to have more this and more of that. There isn't anything better than being online. I mean, it's just plain and simple. HostGator's motto is get a website and get happy. And I believe in that 100% because I'm telling you, it has changed the way things are done. If you think a certain way, okay? A lot of people use websites for work or to log in for work, through their job, or they're on Amazon and they buy stuff. There's another side to the internet that's for tools and usefulness and stuff like that. And then there's also another side to the web that is for entrepreneurs, okay, and people that want to break out of the norm and accomplish things. So it just depends on which side of the fence you want to be on. You can be on either side. It doesn't make a difference because as long as you're online, either way, it's going to be a lot better. And there's, of course, websites that incorporate, brick and mortar style businesses with a website too as well. But anyways, to start off online, you're not going to have, the only red tape you're going to have is, you can't copy other people's material and post it on your website. You can't do that. Word for word, post for post, picture for picture, that kind of stuff. So you got to kind of create your own content. Number two, you have to have something that's going to allow yourself the ability to think outside the box, okay? Because with red tape, if you start something else, you're gonna be asking for it. There's not much red tape out there when it comes to the online stuff. You have a disclaimer, as far as what you're selling or whatever, okay? But anyways, that is this. I would suggest going through this and reading this and that kind of stuff. I go through talking about the 30-day cycle. The 30-day cycle is based upon the banks, and another thing you can look into is the central bank. Okay, that's a whole nother video. I'm not even going to get into the central bank and how it operates and the reason why it does the way it does things and how and stuff like that. So anyways, the mindset that you need to instill for an online business, is the most important thing you need to invest in for number one. And until they have until the feds jump in or until other companies jump in, laws and rules, and say, oh, well, you can't say that and you can't do this and you can't type this, and then that's when the internet thing will take a dive, because then if they start regulating what you can do online next, then we're all hosed, because then there isn't going to be any escape for anybody, because the red tape keeps you where you're at. It's very difficult, especially in a brick and mortar style business, to try to get ahead because of all the red tape, because of the huge expenses and stuff too that it takes to run brick and mortar style business. Online, yeah, you're going to spend some money, trust me. But you're not going to spend not even a quarter of the amount that you would trying to start an offline, natural, regular brick and mortar business. You know, whether it be you want to build a restaurant, a bar, a custom motorcycle shop, a custom car shop, you know, a food truck, landscaping company, house building company, computer software company, whatever. You're going to need lots of people, lots of insurance, lots of expenses. It's just is going to drive you absolutely crazy. Okay, so that's what I'm here. I'm here to help show you guys that you know this is by far the best way to get rolling, to get moving, and to make things happen. Now, if you're looking at this video, okay, and you're watching this and you're already well seasoned, well, you know, then I guess this really doesn't apply to you all that much because you're already rolling and doing good. I'm trying to help people that want to get out of the normal way and start something for themselves. You know, if you're just out there and you're looking for that one thing that's going to help kickstart you off, this is the website to do. This is me and this website. We are here to help you, and that's the case. So, you know, that's what it really boils down to. Because if you're just, you know, you have the potential and you know it, and you have the drive inside, and you want to get rolling, but you just haven't found that right thing, and you're just like, man, you know, I can't find this, I don't know, this and that. Well, here you go. This is your first opportunity, okay? Because I'm not going to be throwing in the towel anytime soon on you guys, okay? I want you guys to be successful. So anyways, this is, you know, one of the posts that you should, you know, read. I got a few other ones and stuff on here, okay? Let's see here. You know, promoting digitally. Freedom is at your hand. You know, the thing is it is true. You know, if you want to be able to wake up, you know, kind of set your own schedule and progress, you know, in online business, you can go from little bit to a lot to a whole lot more to a whole lot more. I mean, it's basically endless. How much work you want to put in? How much dedication do you want to put in? You know, if you wanted to work 10 hours a day at it and just hammer it out for a couple of years, you would be so far beyond your time it wouldn't even be funny. I mean, anyway. But really, you don't even have to put that amount of time in. Excuse me. You don't have to do anything to that extent, okay? So anyhow, now we're going to go over to the tools section. This is where I have some tools, and I'm going to just show you this one here for today, okay? Is HostGator. Now, I've been with HostGator for probably 12 years, probably longer than that. Yeah, I'd say maybe 12 to 15 years. I've been with them a long time, and they have done a lot of growing and a lot of changes, and they are awesome. So let's go ahead and click on this, okay? So in HostGator here, when we click Get Started, I want to show you a few things here. There we go. Now you got a domain name. Let's search for domain. I don't know. Let's say, mindset 101.com. Let's see. Let's see if this even, well, it's unavailable. So let's try a different one. Let's do mindset learning. Let's try that one. That was not available. Anyway, you get the idea. You're just going to have to play with this a while. You need to understand when you do make a domain name, most all of the single word domain names are probably going to be taken, you know, like car, truck, van, tree, city, whatever. Single word. Your double word, most of those are taken too. Like, you know, cars and trucks, that's actually 3. But anyways, you get what I'm saying. If you do 3 or more, especially 4, there's not as many 4-word domains. Like mine's Masteringdotcom. That's 3 words, right? And I actually got lucky with it because if you figure Masteringdotcom, why hasn't someone came up with that? So if you brainstorm for a while, you're going to find out that you can find a really good domain name. And of course, .coms are the most common, and those are usually the ones that are taken. Of course, you can do .online, .site, .store, .website, .tech, whatever, .space, right? There you go. There's tons of these here are the different domain extensions and stuff that you can choose from. CO, me, or, biz, info, club, net. Of course, they've been using .net for a long time. Host. Anyway, space. So let's go down the list here. Get rid of this fireball. Probably won't put another one in for a little while. Now we're going to look at choose a hosting plan. Okay. The Hatchling is about all you really need to get started. You don't need business, because if you do business, it's going to be more expensive, and you don't really need business for a while. I mean, business is more like for people that are going to be selling like stuff from Amazon, or selling products, or selling. They need, basically what it is it's going to allow you to have a let's choose it here. Let's see if it changes anything. It didn't really say much, but it doesn't tell us the difference here on this page. Okay, so basically what the business plan is going to give you is a checkout, a checkout cart, shopping cart. It's going to give you a merchant service and stuff like that. Okay, so anyways, all you need is really the hatchling. I mean, I think I might have the baby plan. I think it's the baby plan that I have, which allows you to have more than one website. And then, of course, you put your information in here. And then, if you want this stuff, this here is pretty. You do want this. This is, they actually give you the free SSL, the first free SSL, which this is what it is. It adds the S to the end of the HTTP, which that gives you, secure socket layers, what that is, SSL. And that allows you, more security, and plus more websites are going to actually check you out and that kind of thing if you have SSL. It's a good idea. Most people run it nowadays. This one here is Site Lock. I don't know if you for a basic website, you probably don't need this either, because guess what? This is for like, you have a lot of content where people can try to hack into, or you're doing credit card processing or whatever and stuff like that. But on a site that really basically just has a blog and some affiliate links and stuff like that, you really don't need this. Now, of course, it's highly recommended because, why not, right? It's protection. Email, if you wanted to do email, you could do that, or you can just stick with your free email, Google or whatever. And you can actually incorporate Gmail and stuff like that in there if you want to, or any other kind of email system. So and here's your backup. This here gives you, I think, more incremental backups. Your site's still backed up with HostGator. It just won't do incremental. So I think they do it like once a day, I believe. I'd have to actually look into it. Let's take a look at it. Oh, it doesn't tell us. Okay. So anyways, the if you wanted to do that, you could do that. I don't have this because, I mean, it's, my website's just not big enough for it. So, I mean, there's no need to really. And they have to be reliable enough, obviously, 99.9% uptime. So chances of you actually having any problems are slim. But the thing is, they do back up your information and your site and everything, so you don't have to worry about that. It's just that it's done, I think, once a day instead of every time you log in and make a change. So you could possibly lose whatever you did that day. It is possible. So that will be left up to you to decide. And then, of course, we have HostGator SEO tools, which this is actually pretty cheap. I would recommend this just because it's already integrated to the platform, so you can use it. There are tools that are in there right away, so you don't have to worry about going to other places. And HostGator knows a few things about SEO, so this here might be worth purchasing right here. Okay, that one's not too bad. And then, of course, you're looking at a discount of $76.41. Which is completely awesome. So for a full year, you'd be looking at $33.05 for 12 months. That's pretty good. So anyways, that is basically how you check out when you want to use, and sign up for HostGator. If you already have a domain, then you can transfer the domain over to HostGator, I guess. One thing I do need to let you guys know about that I would not recommend doing. If you do go to other web services such as, like, say, Wix, or possibly you have Wix, WordPress, right? Some other ones out there. You can get those for free and you don't have to pay anything. But they do use the upper level domain, so guess what? You're going to be WordPress, slash whatever your website is. So it's not going to look as good. So you don't want that. You want to have yourdomain.com, right? That, or .net, or whatever you want to use. So I don't recommend using, these other website domain names. You can buy into the WordPress stuff, and stuff like that. For hosting, they charge you hosting and stuff, and then they give you the actual website for free. And now I'm telling you, WordPress is good. I'm not downing WordPress at all. It powers most everything online. The only reason why I didn't use WordPress is because WordPress is fairly easy to use if you're not trying to do anything real complicated. I like using the website builder and the blog tools that are inside that, because it's very easy to use, very simple. Drag and drop, click here, click there. It's very simple. WordPress tends to be a little bit more advanced and definitely more technical. So you have to keep that in mind when you're doing that kind of stuff. So anyways, when you're getting a website together, you want to make sure, okay, that that's one of the things to look at. Now let's actually go back and take a look at, let's see if we can log in here and okay, so we are actually in the control panel. This is what it looks like when you first log in. Okay, there's a couple of different places. One place is going to be where your billing and other things are located. Okay, so if you want to look at your actual billing and that sort of stuff, then you're going to want to go to a different area. This is the control panel. Okay, this is where you build your website, control all your technical stuff, and that sort of thing. It's very, very intuitive, and it's got a lot of information in here. Now, primarily all you need to worry about is the website builder. Okay, the website builder is the mainstay, if you want to say, where you'll be spending most of your time. Okay, so we're actually going to go in there and take a look in here. Okay, so now that we're in here in the website builder area, I'm going to actually log in to my website to show you guys around here a little bit. Okay, so all you got to do is you come over here. You can change plan if you want. Let's take a look at change plan. Okay, we've got the basic website builder. Okay, we've got professional, which is what we got, and then you got the business, which I think this is kind of what you had on the sign up page and stuff like that. And this gives you the different ones. See, I got unlimited pages. I think that's very important to have unlimited pages, because if you don't have unlimited pages, then it's going to make it difficult to try to grow your website. So you need that. If you want to start off here, this is a good place to start. Trust me, I did this for a while. I've used it on other websites and stuff like that. So this is definitely a good alternative. Okay. Under professional website builder, you know, you get, let's see here, Google Analytics integration and unlimited pages. So you know, it bills at $13 a month, which, man, $13 a month compared to a lot of other different things out there is nothing. Okay. So anyways, let's go back and log into the website so that way you can see what's going on. Okay, so in here is where, let's take a look at elements. I want to show you in here. These are all the different things that you can be adding to your website all over the place, and changing and stuff. Okay, I'll do a video on actually creating a website from scratch, and I'll show you guys how to do that. That way you guys know how, you know, it'll take you some time to work your way around in here and figure out how all this stuff works and stuff. But if I can give you guys a video on it, I'll just create some website and show you guys some basic information how to use these different elements and stuff like that. So I don't know, let's go ahead and look at you can put in a map, you can put in live feeds from different places. I don't know, let's take a look at let's put in a image. Okay, we'll just go to stock images. We'll go ahead and select, let's say this one over here. Okay, we're going to just put this in right over here like this. Okay, so with this image right here, there's all kinds of things that you can do with it. This just, it looks pretty good like that, right? I mean, it's just sitting there, so yeah, it's not bad. But it's kind of square and everything. Say we want to round this out and put a border. See how this is shaded out and everything? Let's go ahead and try to change some stuff here. If we do this, see what that does for us? That makes it a whole lot different, doesn't it? And that's a wonderful tool to use right there. Okay. Now, if we go ahead, we can change the color. Let's try this here. See, we can make it darker too if we wanted to do that, which we don't want to do that. Let's go to more. Okay, and then let's see here, fit to frame, align, visibility, background, border radius. Let's do a small border. See, there we go. See how we're making, we can even go extreme and make it completely round. Let's do that. And we can do a drop shadow, right? A lot of my stuff on my website, I have this shadow in the background. You can go something big, or you can just kind of go something light like that. You know, and now look at that. Just by doing that, that looks a ton better already. And then you can put text in here. So let's do that. Let's add some text in there. Go to text, and then we're going to do a heading 1. You can change it though to whatever you want. You can change it like right here. This is where your options are. You got a ton of fonts. Tons of fonts to choose from in here. Okay. So let's do, just for this sakes, let's do that one. Oops. Okay. And get rid of that. And G, like that. Boy, those are. There we go. Let's move this over a little bit. Okay, and then let's take this. Oops. Let's shrink it a little bit. Instead of 36, let's try 20. That's too small. Let's do, say, 26. That's probably good enough. So basically you can see this is fairly simple, right? I mean, anybody can do this. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is the reason why it's so easy to use Website Builder. This is just one portion of what you can do with this. It's just absolutely wonderful. Now we're going to actually change the color. I don't like the blue, so let's do I don't know what color we want. Let's try something kind of a little bit more like that color, like that. Okay, there. Bam. So if we look at that, you know, that's not bad. You know, there's a lot of other different things you can do with this. You can rotate it. You go over here to settings, size and position. Let's see here, padding. You can have animations and stuff with it. You can do, like if you want to change the border width. Of course, that's for the whole website and everything. I need to select this. There we go. All right. Advanced. There we go. Now we're in that image. So, size and position. Let's see here. Horizontal, vertical, border width. Say we can, you know, change that out to that. Kind of adjust that just a little bit, and then we can blend that down even more if we want. You see? So it not only did the image, you know, the occupancy on the image, but also the border and everything else along with it too. We're going to put a little bit more glow on there, just a little bit, and then see if there maybe possibly like an inner shadow. Yeah, I don't know if we want that. So that's just an image, okay? That's just an image that you guys can, you know, create and make and stuff like that. So there's a million different ways in here that you can do things. That's why I want you to get excited about this, because this is one of those things that it makes it so simple and easy to use. It's not even funny. I mean, this is just one little thing. I mean, there's a million different, there's stuff on here I haven't even put on here yet. So, I mean, there's just so many different things. Let's just go through these buttons, okay? The different buttons, and these buttons do all kinds of different types of things too in here, okay? A contact form, you name it. You know, you've got all this stuff, and you can add in all kinds of other different stuff to this as well too. And I'll be going through other videos doing those types of things later on. So we got containers, files, Flash. You know, we can do embedded HTML, URLs, images. Let's do an icon. Let's see what an icon is going to do for us here. Let's do this @ symbol right there. I'm going to blow that @ up right there. Bam. Change the color. Let's see, change the color to black. There we go. Bam. So, I mean, there's a million different symbols that you can put in here if you want. You can put in a Google map if you want to put in a map in here, right? Bam, we got a map in here now. Just like that. We want a, look at that, join our newsletter. I don't have email campaign set up right now. I'm going to be working on putting that together, and I'll show you guys how that works later on. But see how easy that was? I mean, look at that. Bam. I mean, just simple and easy. Okay? Simple and easy. All right, so let's see what else we can put in here. Video gallery. You got Facebook stuff, Instagram, Twitter, an image gallery, Google Maps, SoundCloud player. So if you want to play sound in the background, you can do that. I mean, it's loaded. This place is loaded with stuff. I mean, it don't get any better or easier than this. Triangles, you know, different shapes and stuff. You know, a menu. This here is kind of like what this is up here, right here. Okay, pages menu. See this? So this would be like this, and you can tweak this. You can add to it, change it, rearrange it. There's a lot of different things you can do to it. You can put in social icons, right? Social sharing icons, Facebook like buttons. You know, all the social sharing stuff is all right here, so you can add to it real easy, real fast. Google Plus sharing. You know, you got Twitter, LinkedIn even. Okay, LinkedIn. So anyways, this is just some of the stuff. If you actually go back to the, which I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of this stuff now, because I mean, I was just showing you guys some stuff on here. So, there we go. And we're going to go back to the, okay, so we're going to go back to the, so in here, this is where you can add stuff to your website and stuff too as well. Pretty important stuff, because this stuff in here is going to give you the opportunity to expand on your website, make it better once it gets done loading here. So in here, back at the you know, control panel, we can install WordPress if you want to, you know, put WordPress in there too. It's right here. You don't have to go to WordPress to use their stuff. It's in here too as well. So if you want to use WordPress, go for it. You know, there ain't nothing wrong with that. You got WordPress themes. You got plugins. Let's take a look at the plugins. Let's see what kind of plugins they're offering here. 85 items, probably even more than that. You know, we got the Constant Contact plugin. We've got, which is one of my tools that I offer on my website, is Constant Contact. You've got Translate Website Localization. I haven't used this, so I'm not sure. Product vendors. I mean, look at this, whatever this is. Add-on, social media sharing, meta fields. Then you have this here, contact form, WordPress contact forms. Amazon payments from Woo, so PayPal, site statistics. Anyways, there's a million different add-ons, and plus you can actually go to other web places and stuff like that and get other add-ons that you want. I mean, it's unreal. You know, just tons and tons and tons of stuff. Themes and designs, right? So you can pick, you know, a theme that you want if you want to do that. Now I just created mine from scratch, so that was kind of the thing. So anyways, that kind of gives you an idea. You need to spend some time in here. HostGator is all you need to get rolling and to get going. It's just awesome in here. There's so many different things that are, it's just unreal in here. Let's go back to the control panel and take a look here. Okay. So we have SEO gears. You know, this here is part of what you've seen on the first page, the introduction. This here actually helps you with search engine optimization, okay? And this is stuff that you can go ahead and buy, and it will literally help you get moving online. plus there's a lot of this out online, obviously, where you can go and find other SEO tools and stuff like that. This one here, though, because it's already integrated with HostGator, you know, it's easier to have things that are closer to home when you're doing this. If more things are integrated and more things are together, it just makes more sense. Now, there's other things that might be better or worse, other places and this and that. But overall, you know, we're looking for simplicity and ease of use, okay? So this wouldn't be here if it was absolutely no good. So you're going to get some benefit to this either way. It doesn't make no difference. And it's not like you're buying a car. I mean, you're $50 a year. You know, that's nothing, you know. So as you can see, the benefits of starting an online business and starting a website is quite nice so far. I mean, look at all the things that we can do, and we don't even have to freaking go out and buy a building or buy inventory or, you know, all these other things. Okay? Google AdWords. Okay? You can you know, do Google AdWords if you want to do that. Let's see what else we got. FTP accounts, disk usage, file manager, databases. You ain't gonna need any of this stuff. This is more advanced stuff anyways. And then, you know, you can do add-on domains. This is where you're gonna take care of your stuff. Okay, if this here is where you can, like, you know, Masteringdotcom or whatever website you're gonna set up, you know, this is where you're gonna go to. This area is right in here. Now, if you ever have any problems, whatever, it doesn't, these guys are so good, they're 24/7, they're going to hook you up. All you got to do, help, right here. Bam. You go to help, okay, and live chat. And that's all you got to do. When you need any help with anything, let's check this out. So there's help in here with whatever you need, you know, WordPress tools. But this is basically all you need if you need anything. How to set up the domain, how to transfer a domain. It'll help you with the website if you need help there. And it's all online, fast, free, and easy. So you don't have to worry about a thing because, you know, they're just awesome. I've been with them for a long time, and it's real simple stuff to get going. Okay, so let's see what we got over here. Let's see, email. If you want to get heavy in email, this is the area. Metrics, this is where you can see what's going on with your website and stuff in here. Okay, security, you know, you want to go high on security, which, you know, security nowadays is a good idea if you're going high on a hog, meaning that you're going to have a lot of action going on and people are going to be targeting you, which, you know, is a good thing. You know, if you're doing millions of dollars a year, I suggest you have every single piece of security software known to man out there installed. You know, if you're making, you know, 100, 200 grand a year off your website, yeah, it's not as important, but it's still important to have some of this stuff installed. SSL is probably the very, you know, one thing that you're going to need, because see, even HostGator does SSL here. So that's one thing you want to keep in mind, is making sure you get SSL, which is actually, when you want to do SSL, you will add it right here, SSL certificates. So this, if we click on SSL, you can either click on it here, or you can click on it under website builder too as well. There's two different places that you can actually. So a basic is going to be $35 a year, or if you wanted to do something extreme, which is $256 a year, which ain't nothing when it comes to this kind of stuff, you know. So you will have to spend some money online. I mean, there's no questions about it. Not everything's going to be for free, and a lot of the free tools aren't going to be all that, you know, they're good, they're not bad, but they ain't going to be killer. So anyways, this gives you an idea of what HostGator can do for you and what it's about. So, you know, you really need to take that into consideration and realize the potential that you could have moving forward with stuff, okay? So if you're not happy with where you're at, start a website and get happy, right? It ain't no joke. Because once you get something rolling and going online, the money will be coming in, you'll have time on your hands, and things will be good. But easier said than done, right? Because the thing is you have to put the work in to do it. So anyways, that is going to be pretty much wrapping up for this video. It's nice and long and nice and lengthy. It's over an hour. Hope you're not bored or you turned the video off by now. I'm not sure you probably did. You know, I don't know if you've watched the whole thing or not, because an hour, I don't want to waste your time, you know. So hopefully, you know, this is of value to you and you don't think of it as a waste of time for yourself. There's going to be more videos, maybe not quite this long in the future for things, but I'll do some videos on some of the other tools on my website and affiliate marketing and what that's about and stuff like that. You can look anywhere online, YouTube, any other websites too as well, that have the same similar stuff out there as far as affiliate marketing and what it's all about. I just, you know, my approach and the way I approach things is going to be a little bit different probably than most everyone else. So you need to, you know, I'm going to be more down to earth, working right alongside you during this process, which is going to be different than other people out there. I want to make sure it makes sense to you, so that way, you know, you got it. You know, that's the main thing. The main thing is to get you guys up and running, so that way you can have a better way of life on this planet we call Earth. So anyways, I'm going to be tuned out for now, and we'll see you whenever I make another video coming up. So we'll catch you on the next one.